Have you ever opened a website just to look around? No plans to buy, no intention to spend money, just curiosity, because that's exactly what happened to me. One evening, I was scrolling through YouTube when I saw a video about an affordable electric car. At first, I didn't think much about it. I simply wondered, could this actually be worth the money? So I opened another tab, not because I wanted to buy one, just because I enjoy comparing prices. I do it all the time. I'll configure cars online, compare different options, calculate monthly costs, and then close the tab. That's usually how the story ends. But this time, it didn't. I started with the basic model. Then I looked at the available upgrades, a little more range, a few extra features, better technology. Every option seemed surprisingly reasonable. Before I realized it, I had spent almost 20 minutes building my perfect car. Then I looked at the final price. It was definitely higher than the number everyone talks about. And honestly, that didn't surprise me, because almost every product advertises its lowest possible price. The real question isn't, what does it cost? The real question is, what do you actually get for your money? So instead of closing the website, I opened my calculator. I wanted real numbers, not marketing, not opinions, just math. I listed every expense I could think of: purchase price, taxes, insurance, registration, electricity, maintenance, financing, everything. Then I compared those numbers against the cost of owning a traditional gasoline car, fuel, oil changes, engine maintenance, unexpected repairs. The list kept growing, and something interesting started happening. The gap between the two cars was getting much smaller than I expected. That completely changed the way I looked at the purchase. Because most people only focus on the sticker price, but smart buyers look at total ownership cost. That's the number that actually matters. I kept running different scenarios. What if gas prices increase? What if I keep the car for 6 years? What if maintenance costs stay low? Every calculation pointed in the same direction. The car wasn't cheap, but it wasn't nearly as expensive as most people assumed. And that's when I realized something. Sometimes, the most expensive decision is choosing the cheaper product, because hidden costs add up quietly. Month after month, year after year, at that moment, this stopped feeling like an emotional purchase. It became a financial decision. And once I started thinking like an investor, everything looked different. Once I started thinking like an investor, everything changed. Instead of asking, can I afford this? I asked a completely different question. Does this purchase make financial sense? Those are two very different questions. Anyone can buy something expensive. The real challenge is buying something that works in your favor over time. So I built another spreadsheet. This one was even more detailed. I estimated how many miles I drive every year, how much I normally spend on fuel, how much routine maintenance costs, how much unexpected repairs could add over several years. Then I compared those numbers with an electric vehicle, charging costs, insurance, registration, tire replacement, everything. I wanted the comparison to be as fair as possible. No guessing, no unrealistic assumptions, just numbers. And the numbers surprised me. The biggest difference wasn't the purchase price, it was everything that happened after buying the car. Most people think the purchase is the expensive part. It isn't. Ownership is. A car keeps asking for money long after you drive it home. Fuel, maintenance, repairs, depreciation, insurance. Those costs never stop. So I asked myself another question. If I keep this vehicle for several years, which option leaves more money in my pocket? That question completely changed the outcome. I realized something most advertisements never explain. The price tag is only the beginning of the story. The real story starts after you own it. Once I understood that, my decision became much easier. But I still wasn't ready. I wanted to test one more thing: financing. Most people hear the word loan and immediately think it's a bad idea. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It all depends on the numbers. So I compared different financing options, different interest rates, different loan lengths, different monthly payments. Some offers looked terrible, others looked surprisingly reasonable. Then I asked myself, if I keep my savings invested, instead of spending every dollar today, would I actually come out ahead? That was the moment everything finally clicked. Money has a cost, but money also has an opportunity. Every dollar you spend today is one less dollar that can grow tomorrow. That doesn't mean financing is always the right answer. It simply means every financial decision deserves careful analysis. No emotion, no hype, just logic. I looked at my emergency fund. It was still healthy. I looked at my monthly income, comfortable. I looked at my investments, still growing. Nothing about this purchase would destroy my financial stability. That was important, because no car, no matter how exciting, is worth sacrificing your future. If buying something forces you into stress every month, it's probably too expensive. Financial freedom always comes first. After checking every number again, I closed the spreadsheet. I leaned back in my chair and smiled. For the first time, I wasn't thinking about owning a cool car. I was thinking about making a smart financial decision. There was a huge difference. The excitement was still there. But now, confidence had replaced uncertainty. I opened the website one more time. Every option was exactly the way I wanted it. Everything was ready. Only one button remained: complete order. My hands stopped for a second, not because I was scared, because I understood. One click was about to turn weeks of research into reality. I took one deep breath, moved the cursor, and clicked. The page started loading. For a few seconds, nothing happened. Those few seconds felt much longer than they actually were. Then, a confirmation screen appeared. My order had been accepted. I just sat there, looking at the screen, smiling. Not because I had bought a new car, but because I had made a decision based on facts instead of emotions. And honestly, that feeling was even better. And looking back, I don't think buying the car was the biggest win. The biggest win was learning how to make a smarter financial decision. Most people focus on the price tag. Smart buyers focus on the total cost over time. That one mindset can save you thousands of dollars, not just on a car, but on almost every major purchase you'll ever make. If there's one lesson I hope you take away from this story, it's this: don't let emotions spend your money. Let the numbers make the decision. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more real-world finance stories and practical money tips, hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.